Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Grayson Driver Wood. We are back here with another episode of the Esports Experience, the best FPS experience. You already know what we're going to be talking about today. I'm the CS manager. I brought on some goons from the CS community. Actually, not the community, the team. I'll let them introduce ourselves. The guy to my left, what's your name?
Sathsea.
Nice to meet you. 18 player, resident, 3K elo, okay player at the game. Sits really, I almost said a bad word, really close to his monitor. And then this guy over here.
My name's Calvin. My IGN's Price. I'm the opera for the B team.
Really, I thought Siler was the opper. Or it switches up, right?
Well, he's the opera on Vertigo. I'm the opera everywhere else.
Okay, yeah. So we will get into the Vertigo slander, which is a part I'm gonna hate the most when we get into it. But for now, welcome again for joining. Like I said, we got some CS players. This is gonna be a pretty nice episode. We got some news. We got some quick questions with our guests. Sorry, didn't mean to juke you out there, Mr. Producer. And then we're gonna be doing some esports news from in-house GMU games, and then we'll be reviewing the clips that you guys submitted. This guy submitted 12 of the 25 that we have, so he's trying to farm that clout. With that being said, you guys ready to get into the news? Anything you guys want to say before we get into it? No? All right, let's go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's okay. All right. As you guys can imagine, because we have both the CS players, one from the A team, one from the B team here, we'll be talking primarily about CS today. We are going to cover a little bit of Valorant just to meme on it, make fun of the game, but it's okay. Let's start off with this clip. We'll watch it, and then we can, give our thoughts. Have you guys seen this clip? Do you guys know what this is?
I have not seen that.
Prepare to be amazed. That's all I'll say. All right. I'm gonna pull this out on my nuts pug.
I'm a resident pixel boost enjoyer.
He's actually just pulling my footage. I don't know how he got this. He watched my demos. I'm just glad it's on Anubis, honestly.
I will be using that on my match.
Yeah.
On
I mean,
Tuesday.
it's OP. For audio only, I don't know why you would be listening audio only. Actually, I do. I listen to this podcast when I'm like driving and stuff. Got to hype up my own ego. But basically, what it was is on Anubis on the Ninja back platform area. There's two pillars, one by Ninja, one. They're both called pillar, pretty much. But there was a little pixel boost that you boosted up and you got caught on because CS2 is a competitively viable game. And you sit there, you have full accuracy, and you can spam people down, as you just saw. So you already said you're going to be whipping this out in your pugs. Cal, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, pixel boosts are banned on Faceit.
Really?
Yes.
Only if they catch you.
Well, the Nace players wouldn't be very happy if you were pixel boosting. They'd
Well,
probably
is
report
it
you,
banned
you know?
in
Is it?
Nace?
I actually don't know. I'm the manager. I should
I'm
probably know that.
assuming it
I'll be
is.
using it tonight.
Yeah.
I can't
Banned or not.
imagine
If
it's
we play
not.
Anubis. I hope we play Anubis tonight.
Banned or not, I'm using it.
Oh, yeah, true. Just there's got to be somewhere on like Ancient or somewhere where we could use this. But yeah, so as we can see, CS2 is in a perfectly viable state for competitive play. That guy is actually taking a page out of my book with the Karambit. Yeah, just wanted to highlight this, showing that CS2 is far from finished. You're going to be whipping this out in your pugs, and like I said, I'm glad it's on Anubis. I think it's a map that needs more exploits. I know on some maps, because I'm going to say this the entire episode, but CS2 is competitively viable and finished game. It's in the same vein as some of you might have seen. I know you guys have seen it. Like on Mirage, you used to be able to boost like through the ceiling in Palace, or just like there's a bunch of really weird like pixel boosts, ceiling boosts, whatever.
Still can in market.
In market, you can. Well, I thought they were patching some of them out. Did they not catch it?
I don't think with the yesterday patch, no.
Oh well, yesterday's patch was tiny as hell.
They
It
did a
was
patch today.
Huh?
They didn't do a patch today.
No, it wasn't today. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
I don't think they patched it.
They didn't patch it yesterday. But yeah, okay, we're saying the same thing, but in two different perspectives. But yeah, so we all love Anubis. Thumbs up emoji, melting emoji. I don't know who this guy is. He has 112,000 views. So, have you guys on this topic before we move on? Have you guys noticed that the CS2 devs, keeping with their true selves, they really have not been communicating like with us at all. Like, there's a lot of major issues in the game. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed. The community is outraged over the tiny things and the big things alike. But like, are you guys satisfied? Obviously, I won't, like, I'll fill your mouths here. CS2, you're not satisfied with CS2, right?
No.
It's not a good game. Coming from CSGO, the perfect game. Like, what are we supposed to do with CS2? But it's just like, how can Valve or the developer team do better and to remove stuff like this and make the game better, in your guys' opinion? I guess, Sath, you want to start off?
Well, a lot of the exploits, they're only fixed by like people finding them
Mhm.
and then they get patched. I feel like a lot of the walls aren't fully clipped off, so
I've
that
noticed
leads to a
that,
lot of
yeah.
it. Especially with like grenades, like you'll throw a grenade at like a wall and it'll just get stuck in the wall.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Especially on Ancient. Happens a lot on
Ancient is
Ancient.
Yes, yes,
awful
yes.
for that. I saw one clip where some guy threw so on Belon, you can throw a molly like to throw on the pillar on site. You throw it at the same position and it bounces off differently depending, just like
Yeah.
RNG almost. There's a lot more RNG in CS2 than there is in CS:GO, especially with the whole jump height debacle. I'm not sure we're gonna be highlighting that, but we're gonna be memeing on this game this entire time. It sucks that we're playing it. I wish we could have been playing CS:GO. But any final thoughts on this Nimbus clip? You're gonna be farming elo with this?
Probably
Probably.
until I get banned.
Yeah, probably gonna get what? If it one out of your 12 clips in the future needs to be this.
Okay.
I want to see you up there, Cal. If you have a teammate that likes you enough, you can boost up there. We'll be fine.
Well, I mean, I solo queue, and nobody plays Anubis in solo queue, so
Oh, so it's just never gonna happen
it
for
just
you.
never happens.
All right. Well, when we queue, I'll be the guy who boosts you. I want to see you. I want to see you succeed. With that being said, I really don't want to talk about this clip anymore. You guys ready to move on? Keep this train rolling
Yes.
along. Perfect. So, I told you guys we'd be getting into this. Let's dunk on Valorant for a minute. Apparently, a little bit of backstory. I don't know. I wouldn't expect you guys to be following Valorant very often, very much. But they just announced a new agent. His name is ISO. He's a duelist. We covered that on the Valorant episode. I couldn't tell you what duelist means. I'd imagine they take fights.
That's the rule.
Yeah. That really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you learn
Hence the
something new
name.
every day.
Hence the name, duelist.
You're just so on top of it today. You really came prepared, unlike me. So yeah, he's from China. And then I don't know really where the timestamps are on this video, but have you guys seen this clip? Have you guys heard of this guy at all?
I know his abilities, and I
What-
already have an opinion on him.
Okay, please tell me his ability and give me your opinion because I forgot it.
So he's got a number of things.
Okay.
One of them I forgot, but it's
Oh,
the,
perfect.
it's the unimportant one that I
Yeah.
forgot. He has this wall that he sends out. It moves forward. It's kind of like. Do you play Overwatch?
I used to.
You know Sigma's shield?
Oh, yeah,
How
yeah.
it
Yeah,
like moves forward.
yeah I know what you're
He's
talking
got one
about.
of those, but it's unbreakable.
Oh,
So
really?
it just keeps going. It's unbreakable. It's very tall and very narrow.
Yeah.
He has an ability called Double Tap,
Okay.
where if you kill someone, it spawns like an aim labs target above their head. And if you shoot that aim labs target, you get immunity from one source of damage one time.
Okay, so he's just like that. I didn't even know that was possible, but I guess that makes sense. Valorant continuing to surprise us. And then what's his ultimate? I know the ultimate's the one thing that I really like.
That's the
remembered.
big one.
Yeah.
So for any League players, it's kind of like Mordekaiser's ult, where it makes a 1v1 like arena,
Yeah.
and it disables all abilities in
Oh
there.
yeah, here we go. We got it
Right
going
there,
up.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got two ults to hide behind. The opponent's only got one. Oh yeah, yeah. And then if you beat him, then is he like out for the round? Well, obviously he's out for the round because he's dead. But okay. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand Valorant, but the only sort of like full immersion from like in a different like reality in Valorant that I know of is like Omen's ult or whatever he does, where you can just like teleport around the map or whatever. The map gets a different color. You can teleport around. It's in a similar vein, but it's in like it's in a single arena more or less. Realistically, I don't know what to think about this. It feels like you could just target the bottom fragger with it and just get a free 4v5 whenever you have your ult. Sath, if you were to play Valorant, would you play this guy?
Never.
Really?
I mean, I'm pretty good. I think I'd win the 1v1.
Yeah.
But it's kind of irrelevant because it gives it's kind of random, like who gets in the 1v1. I feel like it's only beneficial like if you're in like a 1v2 clutch,
Yeah, just
then
like
you can use it.
I
Take a
know.
1v1.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It
But-
also takes you out of a team fight.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
takes an
so-
opponent out of the team fight,
Okay.
but also you're not there. So if you're in like a 2v3 and you use your ult, then your teammate's stuck in a 1v2.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that made sense, but you could just like coordinate it, like, yo, dude, I'm gonna ult, and then he just like hides for like 5. I don't know how long this will last. Probably not more than 10 seconds. I'll be honest. If your aim 1v1 lasts more than 10 seconds in this tiny of an arena, you got something wrong with you.
So I'm pretty sure that the player that has one wall, that wall actually disappears.
Oh, and do you know if ISO's walls disappear?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is
It's
just
made to be like if you can just be competent, you'll get a free kill.
wow. They're really sugarcoating it and giving you everything you can in Valorant. CS hasn't seen a new gun since the MP5 in like 2018 or something, right? CS has been very headstrong and you're playing the game, and we'll make minor improvements. Obviously, CS2 is a whole different can of worms with the whole smoke grenade and whatever, but at least it's not, oh, here's a new thing that will shake up the meta every 2 months or something, right? And of course, depending on how you look on that, that's a good and a bad thing. It's nice because it refreshes things, it keeps the game interesting. But with CS, more of the meta that gets defined is from the players figuring out more things about the game and not here's more toys to play with and sort of what is it called? Not hamstring, but just jam it into the game,
Yeah.
right? Um, any final thoughts on this guy? If he's from China, so great to see more representation in Valorant. I know they have a whole host of international, what is it called? Agents, characters, I guess. What do you? I know I already asked you this, Cal. Have you played Valorant?
I have.
Would you, if you were to go to play Valorant? I don't know why you would if CS2 is out, but would you play this character?
Probably not.
What's your go-to Valorant main?
Well, I don't. I've played like 200 Val matches total. I
Bruh.
have Plat. I only played Reyna.
Okay. Oh, Reyna.
Yeah. Well, I'm a CS player. What else am I gonna play?
I guess that makes sense. Keeping true to yourself. I know you mentioned League a little bit earlier. You played League a bit.
I do not play League.
Good on you. Good on you. South, have you ever installed League?
No. I've
Alright.
installed Dota, never played it.
Good on you. I played Dota for about 30 minutes. So
I've played some League. I've played like 10 matches
so you just lied to me.
over the past like 8 years.
Live on air, man. Oh, okay, that's fair. At least it's not, like, oh, I'm going home and I'm queuing League or something. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, we're going to be circle jerking CS this entire episode because why not? I've been looking forward to this episode since we started, so like a month and a half, right? This is about to be banger. Moving on, I don't want to talk about Valorant anymore. You guys done with this?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, you guys are on the same wavelength. Let's get into some more CS-focused news where I can actually have a good opinion. So, if you're not aware, Heroic, perma-stuck number 2 team, mega chokers, lost in the semifinals of the last major to Gamer Legion, who we actually will be talking about shortly. Their captain, their in-game leader, their hype man, the core, the character of the team, Cadian, Op IGL, has been benched due to, as you can see, differing visions for the future. Now, this is a little bit old, about 2 weeks old, but this is really the perfect time to bring it on. How closely did you guys follow Heroic? Were you guys fans of Heroic? What do you make of this move?
I'll start. I was never really a Heroic fan. I don't think it's a good move. It's really hard to replace a world-class Opera and IGL,
Yeah,
especially in one. Um,
being like the heart of the team almost as
Yeah.
well. That just takes another aspect out of it as well.
yeah, I wouldn't mind. I think it's down picking up the op.
Yeah.
But you still have to bring in a world-class IGL, and I don't know who that'd be right now. Who's like a free agent, or be willing to move. As to where he would go.
Yeah,
I think Liquid needs an IGL.
that's been. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's been
Yeah.
like where he's targeting. I guess there's
Yeah.
been reports that have come out. There were a number of teams that he's been looking at, but yeah, Liquid's sort of floating up to the top there, for Cadian. But yeah, if you were Heroic, would you go for a Danish IGL and try and pick up a younger talent, or would you try and like, oh, Shui's doing really good with Mouse, let's buy his buyout and go from there? Obviously, Shui's just an example name, but like
Yeah.
the thoughts there.
I think Heroic will try to replace him with like a Kerrigan or maybe Glaive. Unlikely though. I think Glaive has a long contract right now, but I'm sure FaZe wants to like switch it up a little bit because they didn't have a really good stint towards the end of Go.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Kerrigan would be willing to leave FaZe unless he got forced out.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Cal?
About that, Kerrigan might not have a choice anymore. With
Yeah.
Complexity's parent buying FaZe,
Yeah.
if there's a conflict of interest, they might only be able to field one team, and then 5 players have to go.
Yes.
Really?
I would assume another team, like another org, like TSM or something, would just like buy out the FaZe roster.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, TSM has a roster of their own. They're kind of just doing nothing in Tier 2 right now. So, I mean, it's not impossible.
It would be the perfect chance for like TSM or Reason. I think Reason's in the ECL right now,
Yeah.
though.
Reason's been... they aren't really like a... If you're a Reason, which is granted on the smaller side of orgs, especially talking CS, like picking up Twist, Kerrigan, Rain, the whole FaZe roster, it just feels like a little bit of a mismatch there. But, I mean, if they have the money, anything's possible.
Yeah.
And speaking of money, we will be getting into it. The Saudis have an infinite bag that, as like I said, we'll be getting into it a bit sooner. But yeah, so KDN leaves Heroic. Where do you think Heroic are going to be anywhere? Obviously, they're not going to be anywhere near as good as they were in Go towards the beginning of CS2. Did Heroic with KDN play a single official on CS2?
No.
I don't remember.
It was
No.
removed before it came out.
Yeah. Damn. We never got to see Heroic shine in MR13. Good or a bad thing?
MR12.
MR12.
MR12? Well, but oh, that makes sense because of match round. Okay, whatever. I don't know the own game I manage. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they come back from this, what they do. KD into Liquid, 100%. What's your confidence on that?
60.
60?
There's some new insider information.
Hit
came
us with
out
it.
last couple days. Not that Cadian really wants to join Liquid, but more that Liquid really wants Cadian to join them.
Yeah, he is kind of like the perfect fit for Liquid. He would fit most of, well, obviously you don't know if he fits his their shoes until you actually put him in the server and try him out. But Liquid have traditionally, OC is a good opper, not a world-class opper. Their IGL situation is completely, I almost cussed again, it's completely in the bin. It would solve, it would solve two problems with one addition, but it's a question of would Cadian want to IGL, would Cadian want to op? And it's just really, the roles aren't completely one-to-one. We'd have to see how it shakes out. But really, where else would Cadian go? Like, what's another team that could use a service?
Sonic and the Saudis.
I did
On Falcons.
I did see that. Yeah, he was on the rumored list up there with like Twists and Nico. I think that was one of the rumored that one of the French
Mondesi
guys
was
came
rumored.
out. Yeah, Mondesi, because Nico and Mondesi are BFFs. But yeah, Cadian to Falcons, that would probably be a blockbuster move, and then that would really get the fire going. Like, okay, if they can get Cadian, granted he's not a free agent, but he's on the bench, so his buyout isn't crazy. But like, what else could the Saudis do with their money, right? Falcons are really, I think they made it a goal with bringing in Zonic. They want to win a major, and they want it to be not. They gave Zonic 2 years to win a major in Vitality. He won it 1.5 years. It's not impossible, especially with a 5 times major winner. He was the coach for the first Astralis major, right?
I think so.
He was.
Wow, fact checking me. Thanks, Cal. But yeah, it's Liquid Falcons. Falcons would be nice. Liquid would probably be better. I kind of burnt off Liquid from my memory ever since they went EU. I just really don't
They're
care
back to
about
NA
them.
now.
Huh?
They got rid of Rainwaker.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
back to NA.
it would be nice to see. When they did that EU expansion, I was just like, man, you just lost like half of your fan base. But now Complexity's picking up their torch, and I just keep saying this, we have a lot to get through, but we will be talking about Complexity here shortly. Any other thoughts on KD and Heroic, anything in that realm, guys?
Heroic without Cadian isn't heroic.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better. The heart and soul of the team. He was there when, 2018, 2019. He's been on Heroic since they became relevant in like 2020.
Yeah, and Heroic's like a family team.
Yeah.
And like Cadian was like the dad with like the younger players, And with him gone, I feel like the direction of the team will I don't think they'll do as well, at least for a while. To replace that bond.
I was expecting like someone like Tessus to be dropped. Tessus really underperformed in the big moments. I was at Blast Washington, although they won it, he was not like a star player. And in what was the most recent game they went out in EPL like second to last place or something, right? They just had completely fell flat, and the alarm bells were ringing before EPL, but that was really like the nail in the coffin. Like, you guys need to make changes, right? I'm surprised that they just nuked their IGL. Like that, what is the thought process behind that? Now, of course, we will never know if it was Heroic saying Katie and you need to switch it up, or if there's differences between Katie and thinks Tessa should go, but the team thinks someone else should go. Obviously, we'll never know, but the outlook on Heroic isn't too good. I would not expect them to be competitive for at least another 6 months at the minimum. Obviously, we don't have a touch on Danish talent. Is there? You already said like Glaive. I could see Glaive coming out of retirement. Is he retired, or is he just like
No, he's
inactive?
I think he's on the bench of Astralis.
Okay, Glaive would be. You don't want to recycle names. You want to give up and comers a bit more chance. But really, they're in a sticky situation. We'll see how that develops. You guys cool with moving on?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Snacks, Gamer Legion, famed major finalists. They haven't been completely awful. They did okay at Sydney. They did okay at EPL. Snatch joined after Nealon of EG fame. You do not want to be remembered for EG's Counter-Strike fame. After he got dropped shortly, recently? I think Snatch, 31-year-old talent, a part of the famous Golden Five of the VP roster, major winner. And he's back in IGLing. He was smurfing a little bit in the Polish EU Tier 2 scene doing IGL. I think his team name was like Let Us Cook or something.
He was on Anonymous for a little bit.
He was on Anonymous?
For a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, just developing more Polish talent. And it looks like he's trying to make his name as an IGL and trying to rekindle his career here. What's the pulse on this, guys? What do you think?
Well, he played last week or earlier this week, I guess. He was performing really well. Definitely the standout player on GL now.
Really?
Sure.
I didn't watch any of GL's games, but that it surprises me and it doesn't surprise me because when you look at the team, can you actually highlight over the Gamer Legion name under his image? Yeah, so you see Ator, Tiaz, Isaac, Volt, and Ash as the coach, and it doesn't show snaps right now. On that team, who would you expect to frag out?
Acorn and Snacks.
Ator and Snacks?
I'd go with Kios.
See, I'm a Kios fanboy. I think he's a pretty cool player, but he's a support role player kind of. He's not in the
He has his
positions.
moments.
Yeah. During the major, he was actually kind of popping off.
Yeah.
But that was also I am having a tournament of his lifetime. Volt has been doing better recently. I saw him doing a bit more for Gamer Legion during Sydney. But yeah, it's just a mix of EU talent, and now you have a 31-year-old guy who said, I want to lead the game. And of course, his English is probably better now. He's been taking English lessons at Pasha London School, right?
Pasha London School.
Yep. That's a throwback for you old heads out there. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Hopefully he does something. Hopefully Gamer Legion gets back to the heights of their major run. Because they had that really good major run. Now they're like sort of in the ESL circuit. It's like they were invited to EPL. They were invited to Sydney. I don't know what tournament for ESL comes after this. I'm sure it's like some sort of like winter final or something. But I really haven't been keeping tabs on it. But yeah, we'll see how this develops, and hopefully Gamer Legion will become more relevant, and hopefully exceed their peak of the major run. If you guys were to give a confidence level, is this a good move? Do you think that this was the right move for Gamer Legion?
I don't hate the move, but I don't think Snacks will be there 3 years down the line.
Okay, so just more like you're in, see what can happen kind of deal.
Yeah,
Cal,
Snacks has 2 years left, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good choice if they want to keep the other 4 players in the team.
Yeah.
Because he's going to help just instrumentally in developing that talent.
Yeah, with that amount of experience, he's been playing CS since like 2012. Like he's been around literally since everyone started watching CS:GO.
He plays Source in 1.6 as well.
I'm sure he did. I mean, when he was on the VP roster, I mean, he looks like he's like 40, but like when he was playing, he was like when he won the major, he was like 21, 22 or something like that, right? So clearly, he has a bit more fuel in his tank, and with that, a decade worth of experience, surely he can improve Gamer Legion in some way, right?
At least on Inferno.
What makes you say that?
Well, because all these old heads are good at Inferno, and like not really much else.
Yeah. Well, I would say we could pull up Gamer Legion's Inferno stats, but it's a bit too in depth. We didn't have that prepared, but we'll see. We'll see about that. So Snacks, Gamer Legion. Hopefully something happens. Gamer Legion was not on the radar before the major. Now they are. We'll keep an eye on them. You guys hyped for this? Well, I already asked if you're hyped for this move. Yeah, really, that's kind of all we had to cover about Snacks. You guys want to keep this train rolling? I say that every time, but realistically, like, what else are we going to talk about?
I don't have a choice. The train keeps going.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. The station is not. What am I trying to say? Man, today is not my day. I'm tired as hell. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, Saudi blood money. I wanted to talk about this because I love dunking on Saudis. I think it's awful that they're just buying pieces and trying to put together a super team. Take the lead.
Falcons paid Sonic a whole lot of money to leave Vitality.
He got that bad, bro.
And he's been. Don't count me on this. I think his budget for a team is 10 million.
Where did you get that money? Or where did you get that idea? Did you read a report?
I read something like 2 weeks ago on this when this article came out.
10 million? You can buy out like the best players in the world with that. That's crazy. Buyouts.
Yeah, well, they want to win a major.
Yeah. I mean, when you have that amount of money, the sky's the limit. Here's a hypothetical for you guys. I know you haven't had too much to say, but I'll start with you here. If you had $10 million to put together a dream roster with Zonic as your coach, and you could buy out any player, what would at least a core be? Like just off the dome.
I mean, it's a little more complicated than just naming like the best 3 players. But I think Monacy Nico.
Yeah.
Obviously. Monacy's great, probably the best young talent in the world right now. And his partnership with Nico is just so strong. I don't really know beyond that because don't know how players.
And
I know they're on an international roster, so their English is fine. So just find someone who speaks English. But some of the play styles as them, an IGL that fits them.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zonic's coaching would really fit them.
I see what you're saying. Cal, starting with the Monacy Nico duo. And Sonic as the coach. Frozen. That's a kind of sleeper pick.
Frozen.
I could see that happening. I would personally also put like you got your star, you got your op, and you got your aggressive rifler, who would be like a good like just hold B site and get two whenever they come B kind of guy.
JKS.
So you're just trying to remake G2, man.
G2
are you a G2 fanboy?
Not really. It's just really good.
I wouldn't mind Electronic on there either.
Yeah, that would be a pretty
he's
banger
got,
signing.
Yeah, I think he's a great rifler.
And the foreshadowing just keeps getting stronger. We will be talking about Electronic as a rifler here shortly. But a bit more on topic to this actual article because we actually have to do our jobs here. Zonic of Astralis fame won 4 majors with the Astralis Core, greatest roster of all time. Moved Vitality with Dupree and Magisk. They won their 5th major. Dupree and Zonic 5th major, Magisk 4th, back in May. And now reportedly Zonic was asked to take a pay cut from Vitality.
Yes.
So I can understand, this dude's got his bag regardless. He's got the legacy. He's written like 3 books, man. Like he's not hurting for money. But when the Saudis come at you, say we'll double your offer. Of course, we don't know that for sure. But he's taking a pay cut and he went to another team. It's only likely that they're going to pay him more to develop this team, right? It's a no-brainer for sustaining his family. Oh, $50,000 a month is not as good as $75,000 a month. Like the math just doesn't add up. Lars Robel, what is he, like their performance coach? Oh, no, it says it right there, sports psychologist. So they're both instrumental in the team mental, the team strategy, that kind of deal. It was a duo package. And really, is there anyone else that you could see leading the next super team of, I guess the first super team of CS2, really? Or is this like sort of like the ideal signing to be like, to draw in the talent that like, oh, I have the chance to play with the greatest coach of all time kind of deal?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think they'll bring in like 2 current superstars and probably like 3 like younger talents to be nurtured by those superstars, and then hopefully they can develop into superstars while those 2 are still
with
playing.
the experience and everything
Yeah.
meshing. Yeah,
It's kind of a sleeper opinion.
go for it. We love those here.
I think. Do you know Wonderful?
I'm
He's on
familiar.
Sprout.
I'm familiar.
I think he's very young right now. I think he's 18. He's already been playing for 3 years.
Yeah.
If he can figure out his consistency, he's a perfect pick for Falcons.
Yeah.
He's unknown. He's unpredictable. He's really aggressive.
I was about to say, when you watch him, he's on a different side of the map every round. Like he's going in and getting the fights. He's very in your face as an offer.
Yeah, he's almost perfect on opening duels almost every game.
Do you have Wonderful on your fantasy team? No, he
Well,
wasn't because he's not in Sydney.
in Sydney.
Okay, well, that was a dumb question. Sorry,
He
man.
would have been if he
Yeah.
was in Sydney.
You're a Wonderful stan?
I was first pick, so I would have picked Wonderful.
Wow, look at you. Well, that's wonderful to hear. All right, I'll see myself out, guys.
I think
yeah,
Donk would also be an amazing addition.
Oh, Donk, dude.
Absolutely.
He's
What,
been
he's 16, and he's like
16 and like 5-0, man. Like he is literally a child, and he's dunking on people.
probably after Modesty, he's probably the next best talent.
Yeah, I know for the 2022 like top 20 players, he was picked like 6 times for like the Nets like top 20 player.
Yeah.
Like he's actually crazy. He hasn't quite had a chance to show himself in tier 1 yet because Spirit is just awful at the moment, but they're working their way up. So yeah.
I also think Falcons could pick up the phase roster in case they do get dropped.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that would be an interesting addition as well.
Maybe make like
For
1 or 2
Falcons.
changes.
Yeah, probably take out Rain, unfortunately. I think he still can play, but I don't think they...
Not quite at that level.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to, like, sign him and, give him a contract long enough for that.
Yeah. But I mean, really anything right now is just an upgrade for Falcons. Like their roster's like NVK body, MHL, a Polish opper. Boros is probably the only. Thank you. Boros is probably the only highlight of that roster, honestly. But he really hasn't shown much. He's all aim, no brain, from what I can tell. But I mean, if your aim is really good, like who cares, right?
Yeah, Lawrence isn't bad either, but
I haven't seen much of him. I'll be honest.
he's not terrible, but I don't think he fits.
This
tier
roster is
1.
clearly not what Falcons have in mind when they want to win the major. We can agree
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, let's wrap this one up. Zonic, greatest coach of all time. We'll keep an eye on Falcons. Maybe in a month or two, we'll have some more CS players on and say, wow, Falcons picked up Nico, Twists, Cadian, and some simple Zywoo. Like just maybe we'll see the greatest, most stacked roster of all time. I don't want to hear.
3 oppers?
They're so good. They'll win every round and have an economy for 3 ops every round. They're gonna break the meta.
Simple, just use an XM and Zawu rifle.
I mean, it would work. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Falcons, and maybe we'll report back and say that they won the first major of CS2. That'd be sick. But yeah, let's. I'm not going to say let's keep it rolling. Let's move on to the next topic here, And the foreshadowing that I foreshadowed earlier, Mr. Electronic, top 5 player in the world, multiple years in a row, Simple's henchman, right-hand man of former Navi fame, currently on Cloud9, the failed super roster, Colossus, whatever you want to call it. He was IGLing on Navi when Boomich left. And then that sort of didn't go anywhere. He moved to Cloud9 with Shiro, Atzal, and Hobbit, and he was like, me Electronic, me IGL, and as far as we can tell, they really haven't done anything. Now he said he finally come to his senses. Oh yeah, maybe I'm better, actually shooting them in the head than trying to be 4D chess, right? If you had a talent like Electronic on your team, you would obviously prioritize him as a rifler. And maybe Hobbit. I know that they're moving Hobbit to an IGL right now. As a last-ditch effort. This dude has like a 0.8 rating in the last like 3 months or something. He's not really popping off. Maybe it's the system. Really, what do you guys make of this? Do you guys agree with the sentiment?
100%.
It's objectively the right choice. Yeah.
Do you think it took them way too long to find out? Like, they're out of their honeymoon period now. Like, is it a bit too little, too late?
I think they should have known 2 months into having him on the roster.
When
Like
did
a
this?
month. When did he join? Like,
It was like
what,
Jul-
3 months ago?
No, 3 months. Yeah, like July, June,
should have
July.
known.
Yeah.
At least a month before they switched.
He wasn't an outstanding IGL in Navi. I mean, they won spring finals with him in 22. No. Yes, 22. And then they sort of did nothing after that, right?
Yep.
So, at least he came to his senses. Maybe Cloud9 will drop Hobbit, get Boomichin. That's kind of what I'd like to see. Is there anything else? Cloud9 is currently in turmoil right now. They lost to Complexity in what was it, 2-0-2-1 for playoffs?
Didn't they lose to Complexity twice?
I think Complexity is their kryptonite right now.
Because didn't they get beat in the first round, went to losers bracket, and then Complexity also went to losers and fought them again?
That sounds right. But regardless, Cloud9 is not living up to the hype. When this roster move, Electronic and Perfecto came out to Cloud9, we were all like, holy cannoli, if this team isn't winning everything in 3 months, like they're just failed. The expectations are massive. They got to the playoffs of Cologne, but not much more than that. What would you do to Cloud9 to make it a competitive roster? Sath, you want to kick this one off?
I mean, what, Nafany's IGLing right now?
Nafany's on Bet Boom.
That's right.
Would he bring Nafany back?
No.
Okay.
I think I was gonna say remove him if he was on.
Yeah. Are you a Maui Snake enjoyer?
No, I'm a Nafany. I'm on Nafany's side of it,
Okay.
but I do think that he should not be IGLing Cloud9, which he's not.
Yeah.
I think just bringing in like a star IGL, and they're gonna win everything. They're gonna have an era.
Do you think the only two like star Russian IGLs that come to mind are like Jerry and Boomich? Is there anyone else that I could be missing? And they're not even star. It's just like the better of IGLs. Maybe Chopper, but he's sort of doing his own thing with Spirit.
I'd probably go with Boomich.
Yeah. See him back. He's been doing pretty good with 1 win. And he's obviously expressed like, oh, I want to return to Tier 1 competition. But what do you think?
He doesn't have to be a Russian IGL.
I mean, they all speak Russian.
None
of them really speak
Hobbit
English.
is Kazakhstani, so yeah, you could bring in like.
I'm not familiar with how languages work in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
But he was on Navi, right?
Yeah.
And that's a Ukrainian team, because Simple's Ukrainian, right?
Navi.
Russian and Ukrainian are
Yeah.
very, very, very.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is never going to happen. I think they could take Alexi B, and it would be the best team in the world.
Alexi speaks English.
Yeah, he doesn't speak Russian.
Wait, he doesn't?
No.
Navi's
Navi's
right
English
now.
speaking now. That's why they got JL and IM. Yeah, I know.
What are they doing?
When Navi, that's a whole different podcast right there. But when Navi made their international move, that just was like, oh, they're just nuking their brand identity. Good job, guys. But yeah, so Electronic, hopefully he'll be. Can he hover over Electronic's name? Actually, I want to see what his rating is.
It was 1.36
1 point at Sydney.
at Sydney, yeah.
Well, 1.08 for the past 3 months. Not ideal
Well,
for
he
you.
was IGLing for
Yeah.
2.5 of those months. So.
I know what you're saying. I mean, things were looking better at Sydney. I'm glad that he finally is like, oh, maybe I'm actually, an actual rifler, top 5 player in the world, 5 years or something? He came onto the scene in 2018. He was literally just dunking on everyone with Simple for 3 years. It was crazy. Part of the Navi major winning roster undefeated run. You know how it goes. So yeah, we'll see how this develops. Electronic, hopefully he'll get back to his star player form, and maybe Hobbit this is like Hobbit's final chance of staying on the Cloud9 roster. If he can't IGL, and it's like, what are you even on the roster for, right?
Yeah.
I say this about everything, but we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, that's really all. Any final thoughts on Electronic, guys?
No,
Nothing
but
here?
Hobbit's getting dropped before the next official.
Really?
I think so. Like
You want
90%
to put
chance.
money on it?
$20.
20 bucks? All right. I only did that for the podcast. I'm kidding. Let's move along here, and I think this is the last. Oh yeah, we just want to cover. So currently going on, I am Sydney down under. Playoffs are at like 11 p.m. our time, which is kind of awful. So I haven't watched any of it. This guy is a nocturnal beast, so he's up watching every single game. Playoffs, as you can see, we've already gotten into it. Quarterfinals have already happened. Semifinals will be happening Saturday at what is that? 1:30 in the morning. So I'm sure you'll be up. You'll probably be up, honestly.
No.
No? You got your
I haven't
Sydney?
watched a single Sydney game yet.
Dang. Well,
I will not be up for tonight's games.
there are no games tonight. Well, I guess it's Saturday their time. No, that's our local time. I'm just a bit messed up. Well, yeah, that's so we don't have to get too deep into this. It's the first CS2 Pro LAN. That's really big. Has all the biggest names, as you can see. G2, FaZe. I would say Complexity. They're not really a big name. I'm glad Complexity won over BetBoom, though, making NA proud. Who do you guys got winning this out of the teams left? Mouse, FaZe, G2, Complexity.
G2.
G2?
I'm a G2 fan.
Oh, okay. Cal, what about you?
I mean, it depends.
Well, of course it depends.
Well, because FaZe is on a roll right now.
yeah.
If they can keep up whatever they're doing, whatever Kerrigan's calling, how Twist hitting 1.8 rating last
Yeah.
match.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't even see that.
They could beat Mouse. I don't think they can beat Mouse unless they pull off a miracle like Ents again.
Well, isn't
Yeah.
Mouse a bit handicapped because they don't have Yimpat?
They won EPL.
Well, they won EPL with Yimpat,
True.
but he
I don't think
had
they need
visa
Yimpat.
issues, right?
I don't think they need Impact.
We have one of their academy players in right now, but even then they're in the semifinals. Like,
Straight to the semifinals.
yeah, that's nothing to scoff at. They're clearly hitting their stride. They figured out what was working, right?
Frozen is on something right now. He's going crazy.
Dude, he was such a slept-on rifler for like the past 2 years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he
But
wasn't doing too much the past 2 years, to be fair, but neither was Miles.
Yeah,
So
like
you can't really fault him.
yeah, it happens.
I mean, there's no question G2 beats Complexity in semis.
I don't know about that.
I think it'll be 2-1.
At least that's a silver lining. I can see that happening. I really want Complexity to win. I just want Complexity to win the event. They've really, with the Liege, it took them a minute to figure themselves out, but they've really been hitting their stride. Like
JT's been fragging.
yeah,
you
it's
notice that?
I saw yeah I did. I saw an article on I think it was dust2.us where Grim was like, yeah, in scrims it's like a different player top fragging every match. It's not just like, oh, Alicia's hard carrying, Floppy's hard carrying. Like if everyone's hitting their peak and everyone's contributing at different times, you have a recipe for a winning roster. G2, I haven't watched much of them, admittedly not in CS2, but I don't think it's as clear cut as maybe it's just my NA hopium shining through. But like G2 Complexity, I agree with you. Probably 2-1 G2, but I'd love to see Complexity take that and make finals.
Well, I mean, JKS is on his home soil, you know?
Yeah, the buff, right?
Yeah, G2 is playing for JKS to win. That's what Modesty said.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, Modesty is just redefining the op in CS2 right now. He's just, like,
Miles
probably the
ahead.
most aggressive player right now.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Are you watching his demos?
I will be.
Hey,
Probably
power
watch
to you.
one today.
Yeah, watch one right before our match.
There's
Cap.
one really specific reason why I think G2 wins this, and I think it's 2-0.
Okay, what's that?
Monacy, as you said, redefining the op, going crazy with it. Halzerk is not bringing up the op.
True.
He's not opping?
Well, it barely ever. His op per round in the Complexity Bet Boom game was 0.05.
Wow. I didn't know it was that low.
He got like 3 op kills or 2 op kills
Across the
whole-
entire
The
series.
whole series.
Shit. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that doesn't bode
Because
well.
he was just buying an AUG.
I mean, maybe he knows something that we don't, but it's
Well, the op isn't very good in CS2, and a lot of, like,
that's
more
right.
passive oppers
Yeah, I
aren't
remember.
bringing it out because it's not good to hold an angle because you just die.
Yeah.
It's not you're not at an advantage like you were in CS:GO to hold the angle. But with Monacy, he's peeking into them, which you have the advantage with.
If there's anyone to redefine the opping meta, it would be him, right? Well, personally, I already said this. NA Hopium shining through. I got Complexity winning. You said G2. You said who do you got?
It's a toss-up between G2 and Mouse.
All right. Well, then
That'll be a good final.
yeah. Regardless, these are some fire teams left. Like it's gonna be. It's a shame that I won't be awake to watch any of it. But I'll look at the post-match threads the morning after and be like, woo, let's go. You know. So yeah, Sydney happening. I don't know what the next pro LAN after this is. Probably fall finals, if I had to guess. But that's like late November.
Click on the HLTV button. You can
You wanna
see
hit?
what's upcoming.
Yeah. Scroll. Rubet Cup doesn't matter. Thunder Pick, CAC. CAC.
Last fall.
Yeah, I think
Wow,
CSC
man.
is relatively notable, but even then, it's not like Blast ESL. So we'll see how that pans out. CS2 in the early stages of finding its identity, and hopefully it'll be a playable game by the end of the year. We'll see. With that being said, we're happy with Sydney. We got our picks in. Let's keep it rolling. Um, you know, I know we have the match stuff up there. I don't want to talk about that just now. We've been talking for a good 45 minutes, just covering the news and stuff, taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. But we got time to play with. Let's just get into some quick questions. Delve into your guys' personality, about your guys' experience in CS. I have my wonderful little laptop here, so you guys are gonna be hit with some questions. Yeah, take this food to the Red Bull. This is gonna take a minute. So let's start this off. Let's get a little conversation going. Who wants to go first? Tell me how you got started with CS. CS:GO, rather. Or did you start with Source?
I started with Source.
You started with Source. You're an old head.
Not really. I didn't really play Source, but I started with it.
Yeah.
I would just play Office Deathmatch.
No
That's
shot. You were one of those
Deagle
guys?
only Office Deathmatch.
Wow, I mean, that's a baptism by fire right there. Like, that's pretty metal. And then, so you were in Office Source, you mean?
Source Office, yeah.
So when did you get into CS:GO?
Well, I stopped playing Source.
Yeah, I guess that's a better question.
And then in like 2014 or 15, I got into Go to do surfing.
Okay.
Because that was like when surfing blew up, wasn't Go.
Mhm.
Because it was around in Source and 1.6, but it was very niche. When that blew up, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of B-Hop, KZ.
Yeah. Movement player.
Yeah, and that's all I did until like probably April this year, which is when I started
Really?
actually playing the game.
So you were just no life in community servers. That's
Yep.
crazy. I mean, hey, I can't say I've seen your movement be like amazing. I guess CS2 you're a little bit handicapped, but I mean, everyone makes the game what they want, right? And power to you for doing all that. So it's like I know you have like 2 separate accounts or something. I won't dox you here, but if so, how many hours would you say you had combined on like KZ, surf, movement, whatever?
On just movement modes.
Yeah.
1,500, 1,600?
Wow, that's probably more time. That's like half of my total play time. I've been playing since like 2016.
And then in game, like actually playing
Yeah, you only have like a
Go
few
and
hundred.
CS:GO, I have 600.
Yeah,
And that's
wow.
including AFK hours. So
Dang, a bit new to the actual competitive side. You liking it so far? Of course you do. You're
Yeah.
playing for the team.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a layup question. South, what about you? What's your CS story?
I started in 2018 because I wanted to play with a friend, and I wanted to play a game with a friend, and he didn't have, I think it's called Zombies.
Yeah.
So I started like late 2018. And I was in Silver until, I want to say, late 2019, early 2020.
Yeah.
And then I met someone, introduced me to a team, played open with them, and then I took like a year off. And then, like during that time, I played a lot of HNS, Surf, B-Hop, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I came back, I was like 1900 elo, met my current team, joined them when they were in IM, and this will be my 5th season with them,
Dang. So you ride and die with them?
pretty much.
Hell yeah, man. Glad to see you. I mean, one, I'm glad to have you on the GMU team, but that experience from playing with the same team,
Yeah.
it's like an exponential thing, right? So, what is it called? Moving a little bit on to the whole GMU conversation. This is probably my favorite question that I've cooked up for you guys because I'm very self-interested. You guys both started playing for GMU this semester. A team, of course, academy team. Tell me a little bit about how you guys are enjoying the season. Our season is almost done. Our last game is tonight of the regular season, at least. But how are you feeling? What are you guys enjoying about it, and what would you see improved for the GMU side of things? Open court. Anyone want to start?
I'll start.
Go for it.
So for Academy, admittedly, when we started and we all got together, we were terrible at the game.
Yeah.
But even in like the last month or two, the improvement has been incredible. Like
You guys are playing a lot. I'll say that. You guys are putting in the time together.
we have gone from like your average face at level 4 to level 5. I was level 1 when I joined
Yeah.
joined the team.
Level 1 warrior.
I'm rolling level 8s and 9s now. Like
The,
like
yeah.
the people on the team, we've worked a lot together,
Mm-hmm.
and the growth has been incredible.
Hey, love to hear that. Is there So you guys are clear. I mean, it's one thing to play CS solo queue face it, solo queue MM or whatever, right? But if it's another thing to find people like you can obviously relate because you've been with the same team for 5 seasons, but like it's another thing to just find a group that you play with and just collectively like get better, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like one of the more rewarding parts, most honestly rewarding parts of the game because that's when I don't want to take the hype or what is it called the steam away from you guys a little bit, but it's like that's sort of why you play the game. The continual improvement. Oh, I can do this now. Oh, I'm getting better. Oh, I'm fragging over players that I was, or I wasn't like a year back or something. It's the most rewarding part of the game for me. Soth, what about you? How are you feeling about GMU CS?
Yeah, I like it. It's a completely different experience playing on LAN with teammates than playing online. A lot more energy
Yeah.
from me and from teammates, which is really cool. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There is no feeling like LAN.
Yeah.
And it's not like true LAN. Obviously, they're not again. It's still online, but having just like you, your buddies next to you, you're fist bumping after every round. The hype is there. Like, if there was an option for you guys to play online for your matches, I said, heck no. You guys are getting you guys didn't have an option. You had to play on campus regardless. But like, if there's one thing that I wanted to do, it's getting that experience of like playing as a team, coming together as a unit. And I mean, obviously, it's paying out dividends because you guys are playing above the average of your skill level, right? If I could, say
Yeah.
that you
I
guys are
do not
playing like a
play
team.
even nearly as well as I do online.
Yeah, it's completely different. I'm glad you guys are both enjoying it. Is there one thing that you guys would see change about the format, the season, anything like that? I'm not trying to slyly collect feedback here, but if just based on something you guys are unhappy with, or something you would see changed about either the program or the league that we're in, anything come to mind?
I have a complaint.
Go for it. Hit me with it.
Ships eat more matches. I like that one.
Yeah.
It feels like all of our regular season matches are just wasted because everyone in our conference makes playoffs.
Really?
There's 6 playoff
Yeah.
spots for our conference, and there's
Oh,
6 teams in
yeah,
our
I
conference.
know what you're saying.
So even if we went 0-5,
There's no real.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We still make playoffs. So
That's
like
kinda
these
scuffed.
games are empty, and we're playing just for our egos, which I'd rather there were stakes because then the hype would be there
Are
more.
you guys even playing for like seeding in playoffs or anything? I'm sure that's.
I'm sure we are.
But it when you're going through the games, it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, we need to win this game to make playoffs or something.
There's no
right?
life or death situation.
Yeah. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine you guys play a little bit better under pressure.
Yeah.
I'd hope
Well,
so.
we manufacture our own pressure.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. Soth, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on the player, whether pressure like helps them or not. Some players will crumble under the pressure, and
Mhm.
some will,
What's where you make
play
or break?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind more matches. We have very limited practice. I know, partly due to me.
Yeah. Hey,
That's how it
priorities.
goes.
I get it.
1280, 960 res on the monitors
What do you
would
mean?
be amazing.
Oh, to be able to play. I don't know
Yeah.
why the monitors don't do that.
It sometimes lets me. Sometimes it's 1280, 1024, and then sometimes it's 1280, 960.
You'll have to get the secret recipe to him. He's been
Yeah.
complaining a little bit.
It's random.
I tried to switch to 1280, 1024 on my home monitor.
Yeah.
And started playing horrible.
It's-
So I switched
It's bad
back.
juju, right?
I switched back like 5 days ago, and I've just been popping off. So
Hey, it's all in your head, but I'm glad you know. Hey,
Yeah.
maybe you'll drop 40 tonight in MR12. I got that right this time. Well, thanks for the feedback, guys. I hope you're enjoying playing for GMU CS. I'm gonna keep speeding along a little bit. Boom! Favorite map, go. In pool, out of pool, competitive map. Don't just hit me with like, oh, I love playing
Ooh.
militia. Like no one wants to hear that.
I'll give you 2.
All right,
Uh,
can't decide.
favorite map, Mirage. Favorite competitive map. Favorite competitive map.
Yeah.
Probably Ancient.
Okay, that I could
Maybe
see that.
Anubis. Maybe Anubis.
Anubis is earning a place in my heart.
Inferno's up there too.
Mm-hmm. I bought out every time I play Inferno.
Skill issue.
Skill issue. No, it is a skill issue. I don't know any fucking util. Oops, my bad, guys. I don't know any util on it, but Cal, what about you? What are some maps you like? What's your
I have
favorite?
2
Okay, go
as
for
well.
it.
Anubis, Vertigo.
My man, you're reading my mind over here. That's my player right there.
Vertigo's the
I
worst map.
hated Vertigo 2 weeks
I don't want
ago.
to hear it.
I love it now. I don't know what happened. It clicked.
It
It's
clicked.
the Grayson effect.
You understand Vertigo, and it's like your eyes open to like the 7th dimension. It's just the best map.
It's because you stopped hopping on it.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
It is,
when
yeah.
you're opping Vertigo, guys, I'm watching ramp. Guys, I'm watching. Yeah, there's one ramp. You're jump spotting for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It's kind of awful.
It's either you see one, or it's either you see nothing, or you just get util dumped by the whole team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna throw nade, molly, flash on ramp, and it's like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do?
And like half the map's just one ways. It wasn't Go. It still isn't CS2. They're
See-
just a little less overpowered.
Yeah, the map. I could have an entire podcast about Vertigo, but I'll save you guys that rant. On the contrary, what's a map that you would remove from the current active duty?
Vertigo.
Cal, you want to go first on this one from the active duty pool currently?
That's a hard choice.
Okay, why?
You know, if they didn't just remake it, I'd say Overpass. I think Overpass is too old.
Yeah.
I think it kind of sucks.
They did make it smaller a bit with the remake, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think it feels smaller. I don't know
Yeah,
how much smaller it really
definitely.
is. I've hated Overpass for a long time. I think it's
Yeah.
time for it to go. Just as much as it's time, sadly, for Vertigo to go.
All right, anyone? I'm kidding. I will get to you. If you got your wish true and Overpass was removed, what would you replace it with? Don't say Train. I know the answer to this. I know the answer to this. Say it.
I was going to say Train, but
Oh well, no, I thought you were gonna say Cobble.
well, it depends if the Cobble remix is good.
Okay,
Old
well,
Cobble.
Old Cobble. Your
Old
your
Cobble.
your your ideal map that would replace Overpass.
New map.
New
I
map.
think we need a new map.
You know, have you guys seen Santorini in the Works by what is
I
it?
have.
FM Phone?
It
It's
looks
looking
great.
It's looking good. I hope it's getting some attention from Valve.
Is that the one with the call out called Rat?
I don't know what the collets are. All I know is that it's based on like Greece, and it has like the blue, you know, like the traditional like Greek
Oh,
architecture
mhm,
with like the
yeah.
blue domes and the white
No, that
walls
one
and
looks
everything.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like
I
that
really,
Overwatch map.
yeah, it's almost like it's in the same location or something. Weird how that works.
Huh.
Soft bouncing this one over to you. You already said, but I'll repeat it for you. What is a map you would remove from the pool?
Probably Vertigo.
There it is.
And
What would you replace it with?
well, I would probably remove Overpass as well. I don't think it fits the current meta.
Okay.
But I do like the map.
I mean,
I don't hate the map. I'll say
you're an
that.
opper, so how much can you really dislike Overpass?
Actually, I dislike it opping.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like long range fights with the op. I
Okay.
prefer like close range, kind of shotgun opping. I'd probably go with a new map as well.
Just get some new life into the map
Yeah,
pool.
I love Train. It's probably my favorite map after Mirage.
Okay.
But it's not competitive. It's not competitively viable. Same with Dust 2.
Dude.
It's not a competitive map.
I'm just going to call out rightly right now. If I hear one more thing about Dust 2 in the CS general, I'm going to get my mods on you. I'm going to ban you, bro. I don't want any Dust 2 slander in the chat. I don't mean to take your fire from you, but like, dude, Dust 2 is dated. It's old. It got a remake. It doesn't look good. It's not fun to play. Like, I'm a Dust 2 hater. Are you guys Dust 2 haters, or do you have? I know you already
I've
said
been
it.
saying this for years.
What?
Dust 2 sucks.
Dust 2 sucks. You heard it here first.
I
Can
like
we
the
get?
map. I don't think it's a good competitive map.
Okay. You know, it's
I like the map. It's just a miserable experience to play competitively.
I have to.
I agree.
Oh, well, I'm glad we're all in accordance here, fellas. It was wonderful talking with you. So that's the podcast. Basically, let's just go with one more question. Give me a CS hot take. You know, something you might be cooking, something that, you know, the burner's on a little bit too high. What's something that you would change about the game that might not align with, like, oh, we just need better smokes or something like that? You guys able to come up with an off the cuff?
I can.
Okay, hit me with it.
I don't think sub-tick is the issue.
Really?
I think it's sub-tick being combined of 64 tick that's the issue. I think if we had sub-tick with 128,
Yeah.
it would be really, really good.
Do you think it would be better than CS:GO?
We don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Yeah,
we
I-
only
yeah,
had
that's true.
sub-tick 128 for like 2 days,
Yeah, and
and then it got
Valve was-
removed.
Yeah.
But if it could come back, or if Valve made that the default, I heard people really liked the face at 128 with sub-tick. I
No.
think
Yeah, it
they
was.
said it was great.
Well, hopefully Valve will bring it back. I never got to experience 128 tick on CS2, but maybe there will be a universe in where we can. Sath, you've been cooking a little bit. What do you got for me?
Revert the op. The op's bad right now.
Yeah.
You take any bit of damage, and I know it's realistic, but I mean it's a video game. It's not supposed to be hyper realistic. Like you take a tick from a molly or like 1 damage from an HE, and the op just becomes totally inaccurate.
I mean, oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I have to echo your sentiment. Opping just feels awful. I'll buy the op, and then I use it for a round. I'm like, why did I buy it? You know?
If I don't just run in with the op, I don't have a good time with it.
Yeah. I remember we were playing, what is it? You guys were scrimming, like, last week. You were opping, and you guys were dunking on them, but even in the middle of the scrim, you're just like, dude, this shit feels awful. Like, I hate playing with it, and everyone feels
Yeah.
the same.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
there's a huge number of oppers right now that if they don't have enough money to buy op and full kit, they're just going to buy an AUG or a Krieg
I have noticed
because
it's
of how
been-
bad the op is.
they are ticking up a little bit in usage in both pro and casual play.
On CT side of I started buying the XM more, so I can
Dude,
farm up that money.
Shotguns are legitimately kind of in fashion right now.
We were playing this advanced team on Inferno
Yeah.
yesterday, and I bought an XM like second round after pistol, and got like a 4K in hauls, and
Dude.
like I was like 10K like third round.
Yeah, it's like a money printer. It's you put yourselves in the right positions with a teammate there, you're set, man. It's not. I'm glad that they're getting more noticed, but it also feels so cheesy when you're like, guys, I'm running in, like on a force buy or something. It's like, guys, I'm running in. Oh, he has an XM. Oh, he has a Nova, and it's just like, it's not only good for you, but it's bad for them because it tilts them out of the world. Like, dude, how the hell did I die to an XM, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, XM enjoyer.
Even the
over here.
sawed off isn't bad.
I haven't used the sawed off at all. It's
So,
not
like,
even in my equipped.
in one of the DMs I use. You have to have a primary equipped.
Yeah.
For Deagle round. For
You,
like
you
Deagle
run
DM.
sawed off.
I was running sawed off because I was just like, why not?
What a troll, dude.
And I was literally like one shotting people, like
Yeah.
from like decent ranges too.
Shit, you see, whenever I use an XM, or, I mean, not a sawed off, but whenever I use a shotgun, I'm always like, how do I dink him twice and he's not dead? Like, my bullets just don't go anywhere. It's a skill issue. I understand. I'm bad at the game. We don't have to cover that too much. But yeah, no, it's shotguns. I don't think they explicitly buffed it, but with the whole movement and peeker's advantage, whatever, like they're definitely on the rise up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for your insights, professional insight into Counter-Strike 2. Hopefully, the game will be better in 3 to 6 months' time by the major. You guys ready to roll it along to some GMU news, and then we'll wrap up with some clips?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's run into it. Bam. Sit transition. We into it right now. All right. Resident expert for this match. University of Alaska Fairbanks against GMU Academy. Cal, what's the 4-1 on this match? Oh, that ain't good. You want to talk us through the match?
Well, it went as expected.
They had 90 ping the entire time.
Yep.
So vague.
I don't think it does.
What was that? Oh, I know what that was.
No.
Congratulations, by the way.
I really think even if we were on actual LAN, the scores would have been the same.
They just were not playing
They're
very
just-
well.
I don't want to be mean to them. It's not that they weren't playing well; they're just not good.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. They
Um,
just shots weren't connecting. The tactics weren't there.
2 of them are like genuinely silvers.
That never, that does not bode well for their competitive.
We
Yeah.
lost every pistol round this match.
Jeez. Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And so if we had won the pistol rounds, these all would have been like 13-1s.
That's not even fair. I don't know why you guys are playing against them. I mean, you guys didn't even play on Seattle servers. You guys were on Denver, and you guys had 20 ping.
Yeah, we lost 2 pistol rounds.
Yeah.
Sorry, we lost 4 pistol rounds. We
Yeah.
won 2 ecos.
Yeah, they were. It was just
Like-
a fundamental mismatch of skill.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. Quick 2-0. Hopefully, we'll repeat that tonight. I know tonight our opponent isn't the most strong opponent for Academy team. But looking good. You guys have a winning record now, or are you guys tied? I think you guys are 1-1.
We're tied.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna make that 2-1 tonight, right?
We're not losing to these guys.
I
We're
love-
not losing to Fanshawe when we see them in playoffs.
Hey, I love that mentality. You guys are not losing. You guys are on the upward tick trend, whatever you want to call it. Let's keep it rolling along. All right. Overwatch. They took a W over Kansas City Esports. Congratulations. Doesn't look like Kansas City's very good. A nice 3-0. No points at all. Our Overwatch team is kind of bussing. I'm just going to say this now. We're going to be kind of flying through this.
Ooh, those ranks.
Just doing quick recap, congratulating. I don't expect too much input or anything, just so we can get going along. Any thoughts on this?
Just looking at the ranks, it's
It's a clear mismatch.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, if there's 3 things that GMU do well, Overwatch 2 is one of them. I'll say that.
They've got 3 GMs in a top 500.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like this would be A team versus B team. That's what the ranks look like.
pretty much. That's a good analogy. Let's keep it rolling along. Congratulations, Overwatch Premier. We got Overwatch Academy Huskies on this team.
I mean,
Opposite result. It happens. Nice try. GG go next. SJU. I don't know what that is. Probably St. James or something like that. Game 2 was at least close, but game 1 and 3 not much to be said about that. You win some, you lose some. That's really how she goes. Any thoughts on this, boys?
I think GMU Academy would have done better against GMU than the team that GMU beat.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know ranks very well, but it looks like they're at least closer. So it happens. Husky needs to be a better captain, carry them harder, I guess. Calling this guy out. Let's keep it rolling along. We got Call of Duty. This was a heartbreak. Gio was mauling about this in the meeting this morning.
Oh,
Can we go down to game 5? Yeah, game 5. This is the end of their season. Patriots Call of Duty. It was literally like last second. They got a point and they lost the entire match, and now their season's over. Heartbreaking way to go out. I don't want to say it happens because clearly, I mean, it's just devastating for them. They had a good season up until this point, as far as I know. But yeah, it came down to the wire, and sometimes you're on the wrong side of the wire, right? Congratulations to them for a successful season, from what I understand. Heartbreaking way to go out, but they'll be back in better fashion. I don't know if they're playing playoffs, but if they are, good luck to them. If not, we'll see you next season. Hopefully we can bounce back and take a few more Ws. I didn't know Call of Duty was this competitive, but hey, that's the way she goes, right?
Losing by 7 points on hardpoint is really rough.
Yeah, a few tiny decisions. They were up 2-1.
Yeah.
And then it just slipped from them. You never want to see that. Sorry, COD boys. It happens. Let's keep it going. League of Legends Open Premier. Narrow loss against FSU. I know the Academy team is in a bit of disarray for League because the Premier team is in a bit of disarray. I don't know if I'm allowed to get into that, but if you want, DM the league manager. He'll be happy to tell you. He will not be happy to tell you. It's confidential. But yeah, Academy took an L. I don't know what their season is, but as far as I know, our league team is okay. Or they're doing okay. It's just, a rare L happens here and there. Doesn't look like it was terribly too far apart. Maybe just a few decisions here and there that cost them the game. I really can't speak much to league. It's not my expertise, as we have figured that out last week. GG go next. I'm sure that they have a bit more seasons because their season started early October. So we'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully we can get a W for them. Next week we got Patriots lead. This was their Patriots game. Taking a fat 2-0 over Kansas League of Legends. I don't know what any of those icons or words or anything mean.
I assume that's KD.
Where? Oh yeah,
6
Perf
and 2
is KD.
Well, I don't know,
Ylag went
actually.
13-0.
That's insane. That's a carry right there if I've ever seen one.
Fed.
Yeah,
I
dude,
would guess
that's
the KDA.
That's pretty awesome. 1-0 game 1. What is game 2 looking like? Game 2, 1-0. We take those. Congratulations, GMU Patriots League of Legends. We'll keep it up for next week. Hopefully we get another W on the docket.
Can you imagine having 1 kill and 16 assists in CS?
Honestly, I might disconnect, uninstall, and break my PC. Punch my
No,
monitor.
that's you every
All
match.
right, I'll watch right into that, man. That's me and Face It. What do you mean? League of Legends. Wait, we have another League of Legends?
They play twice a week.
Oh,
wow.
Man, maybe I should know that, right? So apparently they play twice a week. So this is another game. No, this is just the same game. It's literally the same scores against FSU, right? Okay. Weird. We'll get to the bottom of it eventually. GMU Patriots Academy. Yeah, let's move on to, what is this, Rocket League. Nice 3-2 over DePaul Varsity. Our Rocket League team is cracked. Proud to see them keep it going. Game 5, they smoked them. That's what you love to see. Have you guys ever played Rocket League?
A lot, like 2,000 hours.
Wow. Well, were you ever good at it?
I was GC2. Same rank as those guys.
What does that mean?
I guess it's
Grand Champ 2.
What does that mean in
certified
CS
NOLA.
terms?
Yeah, what's the equivalent? Like, give us an ESEA league rank.
Give us a face at Elo.
Face Elo? Yeah, that's probably better.
I guess it'd be 2,000 ELO.
Okay, keep
Okay.
in mind in Face It, everyone like level 10 under 2300 is like fake level 10.
This guy's just gatekeeping for no reason, man.
All right, man.
Well, I'm going to get to level 10. I'm going to be 2,500 ELO.
It's-
You're not even level 10,
It's
bro.
like SSLs in Rocket League are like 3K, 4K ELO.
How much
face
higher
players.
is that? I have like
there's GC, there's 3
Okay.
divisions, 1, 2, and 3, and then there's SSL above that.
okay.
and it's a really significant jump.
Gotcha.
Well,
I have like 5 hours on Rocket League, so I don't know.
I'm going to curtail this Rocket League conversation. We don't talk about fraud esports around here. We got congratulations to Rocket League. I know that they're not happy with the playoff seeding. Nace is kind of bundling the bag on that, but that's a conversation for a different day. We got League of Legends Varsity Premier. This is their second game of the week. Does not look like they took the W against USF. LOL Gold. 1-0 both games. Nice try. GG go next, and you got more games to play. So power to them. Hopefully we'll see a winning record. Hopefully we'll see them in playoffs. What is this? Rocket League Open Premier. This is this our A team? Yeah, this is our A team. I don't know why. No, it's Open Premier. It's our B team. Sorry. 3-0 over ONU Black. Complete stomp game 1. Close on game 3, but it never really looked like it was an issue for them. Congratulations on winning.
Is that SSL?
Yeah, this would be our A team because the 2 SSLs.
Yeah.
There's no way that.
No.
they'd have the
I
SSLs
know
on
the
B team.
players on the A team. I'm pretty sure.
You said this was B team.
I know. I'm pretty sure this is B team because this is Open Premier. Our A team is in Varsity Premier.
But it's GMU Patriots, not GMU Academy, and it's the
Why
higher
am I
ranked
so
players.
Why am I so delusional? Why are they in Open Premier? I don't even know this esports program, man. I'm a fraud. Stop exposing.
It
me,
might not
please.
have had enough people for a varsity.
Yeah,
Premier
maybe
League.
I know Sylv. He's like I think he's like a sub, so he might have just been coming in, but he's still really good at the game, regardless.
Part of it. Nace isn't the biggest Rocket League esports.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not Nace.
I see. It's like CRL. I think
It's CRL, yeah, it's
Collegiate
CRL.
Rocket League.
Most teams play CRL.
Yeah, that's the way she goes. Congratulations, Fat 3-0. We take those. Valorant. Can we skip this? GMU Academy Val taking a W over SAU Valorant. Close game 1. Wipe on game 3. Or excuse me, game 2, 13-3. We take those. Congratulations. GG go next. We're happy with that. Valorant. What is it? What's next? Patriots Smash. This was a good game. I think where is it? Yeah, Ribstitz, the manager, had to sub in. He actually clutched up, from what I can tell. So power to him, man. He was crazy. Apparently, I didn't watch his stream, but that's my man. That's my Smash manager right there. Farmingdale State. I have no clue where that is. Sounds like some scrubs. What do you guys think? Farmingdale? You think they like operate farms or something?
Sounds like Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Oh, it's in New York.
Oh, weird.
I would have guessed like Montana.
Farmingdale. That sounds very Ohioan to me, personally. Congratulations. I know that they're also another team that got a bit shafted by the seeding, so they're happy with this win, but I don't think the rest of the season, I think this was their last match, so they might not be happy about that. Let's keep it rolling. We got, a few event announcements. Sorry, that's the rest of the match things that we wanted to cover. GG's, everyone. Thank you for playing. We'll catch you guys next week. Speaking of event, Call of Duty Zombies LAN Party. If you guys love Call of Duty and or zombies, please come out October 21st. It's going to be 7:30 to 11 p.m. on campus in the hub. If I get anything wrong, producer, please correct me. But yeah, it's just going to be a nice time to enjoy Call of Duty, play zombies together. Really, I don't know what it's going to entail, but it's going to be a hell of a good time. So if you like Call of Duty, come out and show the game some love and show the community some love. Hope to see you guys there. I won't be there, but the manager of Call of Duty will be there. It's going to be a banging time. Do you guys play Call of Duty?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If I'm up really late, in a Discord call with the boys, we'll play the Roblox Call of Duty.
Hey, that's the real Call of Duty of me. That's pretty sick. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess if it exists, there's a Roblox game mode of it, right?
Well, you don't have to be good at it if it's on Roblox, right?
Yeah, it's
You
just,
can go 50
I'm
and
just-
0, but just like sitting there.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking what is his name? Shipsy on Crunker. Not the same, but
Shipsy.
same
It's
idea.
like Shipsy on Crunker, yeah.
Yeah. We got one more event we want to highlight. We got a Halloween LAN party. This is for everybody involved with GMU Esports. It's going to be right here in student involvement in the hub. 6 to 10 p.m. We're going to have I believe it's just a LAN party, hanging out, enjoying yourselves. I believe that there's a cosplay party, so I know Cal's going to be whipping out his Genshin Impact cosplay, right?
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, boss.
I do have access to one. I don't own one, but I could get one.
I'm just glad I'm not going to be there, if that's the case. I will unfortunately not be there. You guys don't get to see me. World famous podcast host. I know, Sath, I know you'll be there, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Depends.
Hey, there's a big there's 45 people registered. Holy cannoli.
I might have a match, so I don't know.
Well, if you aren't, then come on out. Get the rest of the A team. You guys can hang out, have a good time. A nice community event to bring in the spooky season. As you can see, it says GMU Esports. It does not one particular esport. So if you're involved with GMU Esports at all, please come out, have fun. 6 to 10 p.m. Cosplay party, gifts, give outs, food. I'd imagine the whole 9 yards. It's gonna be a banger of a time. Show up or be square. That's all I got to say for you. Cal, you gonna be there? Too
6
soon
to
to tell?
10 is prime pug hours.
Of course. How can I
That is
forget?
true.
Priorities in life, right? So we've been going a little bit long. Show up to the event. Actually, we've been going a little bit long. It's okay. We have 7 minutes, which is right on time for the clips you want to show, and then we'll get ourselves out of here. I know you want to pug. I know you probably got something else to do. I got office hours to get to. Let's wrap this bad boy up. Mouse, Suicidal Mouse, world famous Discord moderator, resident Friday. Oh boy, this is a CS:GO clip. I'm just in awe already.
What happened there, bud?
Love the Onitaiji.
It's a nice Fnatic sticker.
Bro is watching back mid at the 120 mark. All right,
Guess
that's
you're
all
right.
right.
I was questioning.
To your
it
right,
too,
to your
but
right. He's behind, like right
guess
behind the
it's
box. Or up, I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
really
hate to
don't
see
know.
that. Okay, he just gave him that fight. What? This is when the op had 10 bullets. That was pretty sick,
This
though.
clip is like 5 years old.
I can see the rust on it, bro. I mean, hey, he's clearly proud of it if he submitted. I think this was the only clip that he submitted. All right, well, we're going a little bit fast, but congratulations to Suicidal Mouse. That was a pretty sick clip. What do you
That was
guys
a
give
nice
that out of 10? Off the cuff, I'd give it a 6.5.
As an opper,
Oh, here it comes. You're about to get ripped into, bro.
probably, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
I'll give it a 4. It looked like what I was doing when I was playing with my friends in like Gold Nova 3, and I
Mhm.
was the opper.
Yeah,
It's a perfect parallel, actually.
I know what you mean. There were, some shots that gave him some fights. Not, you only win the clutch when your opponents mess up, right? And there was a lot of that. I'll say that. That third guy going for the knife, very questionable. You're in VC after that, dude. What the hell are you doing? Why are you going for the knife, right? Let's keep this train rolling along. Netsolation. Oh, a Splatoon clip.
What is this?
Have you ever seen Splatoon?
I've played a lot of it.
Of
I've
course you
never-
have. You play everything, bro.
I've never heard of Splatoon.
It's actually pretty fun. All right, I'll be honest.
What is going on?
He just got 2. He just got 3 kills. That has to be something.
What did he kill?
Other squids.
Enemy squids, blue squid.
Okay, that's 4. That's 5.
That's 5.
I haven't seen a kill
Twister
yet.
time. What was that? 6 I just counted? Okay. Oh yeah, this is where you're battling for turf with like the ink.
Oh, that's
It's like the more.
7th.
Yeah. Damn, he just keeps going. This is probably a clip of a lifetime in Splatoon.
I don't think I've seen a kill yet.
No, it's the splatted. That's a kill. Tofu. Well,
So can you pause real quick?
how do we break
I
that down?
understand more watching Valorant VCT gameplay
Agreed.
than I do watching that.
Agreed. At least I can see them like shooting.
Watching this makes me want to play Splatoon. I'll be honest, but you can't deny when the bottom things come up and you see like he just got like 10 kills or something. That it takes skill to do that. This is the clip he's like probably like putting on like his personal Discord. Like, yo guys, check this out. This was pretty fire.
So I've played a lot of Splatoon,
Yeah.
but I've only played. There's a mode called Salmon Rush. It's like
Okay.
zombie, like Call of Duty zombies
Yeah.
kind of, but in Splatoon. That's the only thing I played.
Yeah.
You had to get to level 5 to unlock it. I think I had like 200 hours in that game. I was still level 5.
Wow. The hard stuff level 5. Yeah.
But you don't get XP from playing Salmon Rush.
Oh well, you're just wasting your time then. Clearly.
Well, I don't want to learn what's going on in that.
Yeah.
clip, so.
Too much color. Too bright for me. Nintendo game. I don't recognize it. Let's keep this rolling too. If this is a siege. You guys want to go to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. You got a kill.
Off it, I'm already in.
5v2. The game just looks so slow. I'm a hater. Tactical clearing. The way you take
is that
gunfights in
name?
this game is so weird.
I mean, CS is leaning now too, so.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
I'm just good at this game.
All right, hypes himself up. Sometimes the best hype man is yourself, right?
I'll give it a
So
7.
wait, pause. I don't want to go to my clip yet.
Oh boy.
I think if Jinxie, you know who Jinxie is?
Nope.
He's a
Yeah, of
He's a
course.
Siege player?
How do you know
big
who
Twitch
Jinx is?
streamer. He's
I
the
don't-
Siege
I live
streamer.
under a rock.
He's most subbed Twitch streamer
And he's a
now.
Siege
Of all
only
time?
streamer. Yeah.
right now. He's got like 120,000 or something.
I've never heard of this guy.
There's
Okay.
no way.
He would rate that like a 2.5
Yeah.
probably.
I'd say probably like 2.
Because the aim
A
wasn't that
lot
good.
of whiffed
But the
shots.
wallbang
The wallbang was cool.
probably ups it a
But
little
also
bit.
like when you watch high level Siege, like they got some like radar stuff going on with their ears, echolocation, right?
Mhm.
That every player who's good at Siege is going to hit that wallbang.
True.
Well, not to take away, I can't give too much expert opinion on that as I don't know what was going on. I saw that he got kills. His name came up in the kill feed. Pretty sick clip, all things considered, for my POV. You got my heart, Tofu. You know, these guys might be haters, but I'm going to be the hater for this next clip. So let's keep it rolling, because I
Which
want.
one did they choose?
Not the
Why
Captain,
this
the
one?
Steel series. Oh, he bleeped it out. Oh man, we're getting spicy. CS experience.
I missed the skybox.
Let's see it. Collateral. That's one. Really weird angle to take, I'll be honest.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm just trying to dig into him. His teammates right behind him. Cal doing nothing for 30 seconds.
I think this is exactly what I do, but maybe
Hits the shot.
a couple seconds behind. I like the shot.
More T-ramp.
Oh. Okay. Is this an ace? Actually, don't spoil it. Nice shot. Let me ace.
Shifty
Oh, I didn't even
did
ace.
not
Oh,
let
you're
me
playing with the
ace.
GMU boys. You know, solid op shots. I'll give you that. You got the soft seal
That's
of
the
approval.
worst clip I submit. I submitted 4.
Don't
That's
worry.
the worst
Don't worry.
one.
We'll get to him next week. I promise. Congratulations, Cal. You submitted a clip that I knew what was going on. That was looking good. Let's keep it rolling. Trial. What game is this? If it's league, we can. Okay. Oh, I know what's going on here. Let's see it. Wait, which one? Okay, he's try. He's Ken.
And he'll do that, right?
Last
He'll
time I
start
played
hitting a
Smash
couple
was
of
probably
tilts
10 years
and
ago
be
on
like,
my
oh,
Wii.
I'm not gonna find a kill here. So then he just like runs under where he thinks you're gonna land.
Oh, that was dirty.
Very smart from Trial, and the game is dead even.
Gotta find 2 parries there. And gotta find
Wow.
What?
That was.
So this was from a regional in at UVA.
Yeah, I saw the UVA logo. Yeah, that was pretty sick. I don't.
Great 16 of this too.
Dang.
Hustle there from Trial. What do they have, like 100
Dude,
people? It was pretty big.
he just like knew what the link was doing. Like he literally did not make a bad play there. It doesn't look like
He
it.
was a ranked player in Southern Virginia, and they played a couple of times.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So it reminds me of that really old Street Fighter clip where the guy counters
Oh
every
yeah,
single
like
hit.
37 parries or whatever. Yeah,
like
yeah.
perfect frame, perfect parries in a row.
That was pretty clean. What would you give that out of 10? I'd give that like a 7. I like that. That was very satisfying to watch.
Really great parries. I like watching combos in Smash.
Yeah. And Ken is,
Like
combo.
a 0 to death.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of thing that I rate
It wasn't perfect 0 to death, but I mean he didn't give the Link any chance to really do anything. It
Oh,
looked like
no.
it's just all over him. What do you got?
I'll give it an 8 because I didn't know you could block in Smash.
Okay. Well, hey,
Taught me something.
that's probably one of the higher rated clips we got here. Thanks for submitting it. That was pretty sick. Let's move on to Dennis Astro. If this is Overwatch, all right, it's Valorant, guys. Okay, sitting in a corner with the equivalent of an XM, I think.
What's called the Haymaker? What's it called?
Judge.
Judge.
The judge.
All right, he looks like the most low sense player I've ever seen.
Oh no.
Did you see that? Not the icy clip, bro. That was, shotgun corner. That was pretty clean.
That's like
he got his 3.
400 DPI, 0.25.
Yeah, no,
in
dude
CS.
literally moved his hand like, doof. Wait, I'm in the camera. He was like, doof, and he just, that was low sense warrior.
It looks like Hilton.
That was pretty cool.
I'll give it a 2 because of Valorant and Judge tax.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be gassing up Valorant too much. Sorry, guys, I'm a fraud. You caught me on my bias here, but yeah, that was I'm glad. Is that the only Valorant clip that we have? Thank God. All right, well, Dennis, you're the one that we let through. All right, let's see a non-Valorant clip next week. Let's move an icy clip. Icy.
Yo, they rushed
clip.
up mid.
Yeah, this is CS2. This is new.
I haven't played
I got
D2
two
on
rushed
CS2.
up, two
Oh
left
my
side.
God.
Cancel area, the stairs.
And it's Dust 2. This is probably the worst thing I've seen all day. Oh, it's the fat PP buys in too.
And two went B, two went B, two went B.
He's just running
Oh my
through
God.
them.
Last one stay or B.
Bro, they're just standing there. They aren't shooting back at it.
I need to 6 I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. He says mauling his teammate.
I'm sorry, don't kill me.
Oh, I can't buy an auto.
What if
Wait.
I gave
I
you
like
an
that.
armor?
What am
Oh,
I
no
saying?
way. He went
He
to
has
go.
the icy. He has a snowflake crosshair.
That's icy.
you.
I'll give you a present. I'm
You know, for
sorry.
sheer comedic value, I'll give that a 10 out of 10. Because it's icy, I gotta dodge some points for that.
Okay, just
It's
wait
still
until
going?
recording. Wait
Who
until
was that?
recording. It says it in chat.
Hello?
That's his signature laugh. Literally the Joker in the VC.
It is great.
My God. And he clutches up, right? Instantly. I already clipped it.
We're not gonna get anything.
Wait, no go do seed.
This is like 2 clips
We
in
got
one.
No, he got banned.
Oh, well.
He got
This is the exact opposite of Astro. This is the most high sense
Not
I've
2
ever seen.
hours.
Okay, no, that's a lie, but it's high sense. Oh, he even clipped it for us.
Bro.
Just doesn't make sure.
I can feel a troll coming.
Don't tell me knives them.
Wow, that's a hell of a way to close a game.
That's
You know, I can't say I've seen anything like it recently. That's a certified icy flip. I was expecting dualies, I'll be honest.
No Zeus, 0 to 10.
No Zeus, no knife, no dualies. 3 out of 10. I've seen better. Thank you, Icy. I hope to see better clips coming out, but I don't know how you can top that. This is Husky. We gotta lay into Husky. Is this the last clip? We got like one more? All right, we gotta lay into this one and then we'll get out of here. Husky, let's see what you got for me. Finally, an Overwatch clip. Oh, he's playing. Who is he playing? That's 2.
Playing Ryan.
Oh my god.
That's what, 3?
Oh my
McLovin? No way he gets this 4th, right? He's just swinging his hammer, bro. He's on this guy's ass. Oh my god.
Back in and carry TP.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That
god.
was
13
sick.
HP hits it.
Uh-oh. You know, as a Reinhardt, I don't play Reinhardt, but that was pretty clean from
That
a
was
Reinhardt POV.
actually crazy. He's one shot,
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see his health.
drops his
yeah.
shield, hits the ult, and gets 2 off the ult to save
Wow.
himself.
You know, that
think
was
he got
pretty
the
sick.
med
Oh
pack.
yeah, I see that. He is literally 30.
Yeah, I think he got the med pack.
Damn. Even then, sick clip, Husky. I said I was gonna lay into you, but now that I actually understood what's happening, that was pretty sick.
That was sick.
Oh my god, he's so.
He's so good. Rounding off on a high note. One of his 12 clips.
That's probably the worst one I submitted.
I hope so, so we can really make fun of you. All right. Oh boy, 1v4 inbound. On the stream too.
nothing on. I'm coming. No. No way.
Oh, never mind. I see. I see.
4 bullets.
Yep.
3 bullets. Nice shot.
Whoa!
Wow. I didn't even see it. Oh boy. That. You know, that was they're very clean taps. I'm glad that you were playing CS:GO.
All
But-
my clips are CSGO.
Yeah.
Back
I
when
don't-
the USP was usable.
Unironically, I haven't hit like a single headshot. It's always like I'm aiming over here and he's over here.
I was hitting 4Ks every pistol round and go, and now
You don't
I
have
get
to.
none.
You don't have to gas yourself up
No,
that much.
I'm not
man.
gassing myself, man.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. We'll submit a clip with one of those. Huh?
scrim, I hit 2 pistol aces in the same game.
I'll see it when I believe it. Wait, I'll believe it when I see it.
You'll see it when you believe it.
I don't want to
Alright,
hear it.
got you,
It's
I
been a
got you, I
long
got
day.
you.
It's only 2 p.m. Let's round this one off. Shipsy, Hilton, and Fluff. Resident.
Oh,
Oh my God. This is literally like a stage
It's a
clip
private
in
match.
CS2. This doesn't count. Salsa on my balls, boys. That was this is very.
And then it's just an actual clip.
Like, comment, subscribe. That was clean. I like that. That was really good. 10 out of 10. I don't think I've seen better today.
That's the best clip today.
100%.
What am I supposed to say to that? You know, it's just the best. That I expect more of that next time we do clips. Next week, you know where to submit them. What do you guys think of that? Fire? Not
10
fire?
out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10s all around. Standing applause, maybe. I'm not standing up. It's in my heart. Cal's having flashbacks.
This is what they're doing instead of pugging. This is why I have a higher HLTV rating than them.
Hey, that's all. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's worth it. This is icy, but carrying the content scene actually, not just some meme dualies clip. This is what we're known for at GMU Counter-Strike. Great clip, guys. I expect more of that. That was fire.
Is Veed.io a real site, or are they just?
I think that's.
messing with
I would
us?
imagine that's a real site.
Probably the editing thing they use.
Yeah. I love the
watermark.
massive watermark for it though. That really sells it, and all the overlays and whatnot.
Well, I wouldn't put it past them to make a fake website.
Yeah, just
for-
to meme it.
just to have a watermark.
You know, maybe we'll get to the bottom of this one day. But you know what we are at the bottom of, boys? The clips and the podcast. Play my clip again, JK, I'll watch VOD. I see you're not getting anything around here. So, we've been going for about an hour 45. It's time to stretch the legs. Time to play some Counter-Strike. I got some office hours to get to. You guys got anything you want to round off with? Anything you guys want to get off your chest, say to the people before we get out of here? Stoic as always. You guys are great to talk to.
Don't.
What?
B team has a history with the word stoic.
Yeah?
We don't use it. We
Oh.
don't use the word stoic.
Okay, I'll never.
Except in chat
Is
binds.
that like your trigger word?
No. Not really.
I'll be sure to say it tonight multiple times just to piss you guys. I'll see Shipsy's reaction.
Yeah, it's Shipsy's fault.
Okay, well he is like the center of PTSD for you guys' roster, but as far as PTSD is concerned, I think I'm gonna get PTSD from this episode. So Sath, you got anything to say?
Nope.
Traditionally quiet as always. Thank you guys for coming on. Cal, anything else? All right, wonderful. It was great having you guys on. That was a meme, but seriously, we gotta get wrapping up. I hate Dust too. You know what I see. Thank you guys for coming on. It was wonderful having you on. We did go a little bit over time, but that's okay. It was well worth it, I hope. Where's my little notes where I know what to thank? Here we go. We got thank you for coming on. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for producing, getting everything ready behind the scenes, making sure this goes well. Thank you to GMU Esports for letting me do this week after week. I love it here. This is great. Hopefully we got a lot more coming down the pipeline for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and showing support in the chat by watching. Hope you guys can watch the VOD. We got this on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. I've said this about 10 times already, so you guys already know the spiel, but I got to say it anyways. Tune in next week. We're going to hopefully have some Call of Duty guests. Nothing confirmed, but we'll see how that... No, actually, I won't be here next week. I forgot about that. I won't be here next week. We're going to have a special Halloween spooky episode, so you will not want to miss that. The president of GMU Esports, someone a lot cooler and more knowledgeable than me, will be on to guide this for the week I'm out. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm kind of tired. I got some Red Bull to drink. You guys ready to head out of here?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out and have a great Friday.